Thanksgiving weekend is a big time for friends to gather and reconnect at local night spots. So one of those places, Henderson Brewing Company, Henderson's first commercial brewery in 80 years, serving up not only craft beer and good times, but also a bit of history. It's a good crowd on a Thursday night at the Henderson Brewing Company. But the conversation over a beer here often turns to history because they're drinking it.
I'll have a Bridgeview, please.
Bridgeview, Trixie's Alibi, Silver Dollar, Bright Spot, Trocadero, names that jog an old-timer's memory. All Henderson's historic bars.
A brewery in general is a community gathering place. We wanted to tie in the community's history as basically a conversation piece. Like, I get stories of people coming in that used to drink at Trixie's Alibi or knew Trixie.
And Trixie was a hoot. Before her Henderson bar, she was a dancer with Mae West.
Well, it's better to be looked over than overlooked.
Yes, the Mae West. In fact, Trixie looked like Mae West and even ended up with Mae West's husband at home in Henderson at her bar, Trixie's Alibi.
Henderson in the 40s was known as Little Chicago.
Gambling was legal here.
There was a lot of bars.
This little bend in the river.
There was a lot of nightlife in Henderson.
Did booming business back then.
So that gave us plenty of fuel for naming our beers at the time.
The Silver Dollar stood tall downtown. The Trocadero sat across from Dade Park Racetrack. From the Bridgeview, you could, of course, see the bridge.
People come in and they're excited to try a beer just because they drank in that location.
And there was a previous Henderson Brewing Company.
Prior to Prohibition, yes.
Established back in the mid-1800s, it sat along the Henderson riverfront, brewing for decades until a boiler explosion shut it down.
Purity is an old brand from the original Henderson Brewing Company.
The new Henderson Brewing Company bought this building in 2017.
It was a flower shop.
But they could see the potential. Did you know the history here?
Not yet.
After peeling back the false ceilings and drywall, a new world was revealed, both for the future and from the past.
That was a pleasant surprise.
Turns out this old shotgun building used to be a tavern.
As it turns out, it was called the Bright Spot. It's really cool. It's really cool. You get people coming in and telling you stories about drinking here when they were younger, and now they're here drinking beer that I made, here in this building. It's surreal.
Doug Laramie brews the beer in the back, a pharmacist by day.
It's an extremely complex drink.
Doug says his scientific background, along with 15 years of trial and error, came together to create more than 100 recipes.
It's very equal parts chemistry and artistry.
Light to dark, lager to stout, sour to bitter. Some award-winning, making history themselves.
What's the perfect beer?
The one that's in your hand.